That's not good. I just hit my condenser. It's gonna be bad. Let's talk real quick about what we're gonna be doing. As you can see, my harmonic balancer is starting to separate, which is probably why I'm having a timing issue, or I felt like I was having a timing issue with the car, meaning at 14 degrees it just feels very sluggish. And yes, we have an oil leak right here that we need to try to address if possible. So we're gonna pull this water pump off and see what we've got. And if I feel like we need to go ahead and pull the timing chain cover, then we'll go ahead and do it all at one time. There's no way on this earth that I can put the camera up there and show you guys this, but it is flexing ever so slightly, so maybe it did slip a little bit. Either way, let's go ahead and get all this stuff off. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and remove these two bolts now because they're kind of a pain in the ass to get to from up top sometimes. So I should have removed the belt first, but it's fine. We'll go ahead and get these out. Also, guys, with these, if they break, or if you feel like you need to replace them, LMR does sell these, so you can pick them up there. If they're not wanting to come out, tighten them first until you hear it break loose. Then loosen it up, and that typically will free these things up. That's just the technique I've always used because they can break on you if they're really old. Oh, here we go. Get ready. It's gonna be bad. Let's see, what do I want to do? I almost feel like we should just go ahead and pull the whole timing chain cover and everything, to be honest with you guys. I just think that would be best. We have a leak right here. I don't want to do it, but I feel like we probably need to. So remember I told you that the timing chain cover was broken? Well, I'm glad we're doing this because I didn't realize it was broken so bad. Watch this. So there is my timing chain cover. It's broken pretty bad, and more than likely causing it to leak. As a matter of fact, you can see a little bit of rust right there. Yeah. That's not good. I just hit my condenser. All right, and that's what we've been working with here. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this thing up and reuse it because, believe it or not, this thing's only about 3 years old. Let me get my puller here and we'll go ahead and get this thing off, and then I'll show you what we got. There it is. This is steel, so we can use sandpaper. This is a little rough, but it'll work for what we need to do. Comment below who understands this struggle right here. I've had so many holes poked in the side of this thing trying to get RTV out of it, and now I'm down to my last little bit and I can't stop because other things will dry up, so we have to make this work. Not ideal. You really don't want to get RTV down in the holes of anything, because then when the bolts go through they catch it and then it goes up into the block, and makes it hard to come out, and that's what breaks bolts sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you. But when you're in a rush and you got to go because stuff's drying, this is what happens. All right, guys, that's it. We have a new seal put in the front. Everything's cleaned up. As you can see, this is an old timing chain cover, so it has a provision for the fuel pump rod to come through. It's just been capped off, and if you ever wonder, yes, these things work perfectly fine on the newer cars. This is going to be fun, but I do not like that repair kit that comes in these kits, so we're going to try our best to use this, and we will see. You can already see it's not wanting to go, but maybe I think that just did it right there. Did it. These little hoses are hard to come by sometimes. That's the hose that goes from your water pump to your thermostat housing. They're different sizes. This end is a good bit bigger than this end, but there are hoses that will work that you can use. Okay, what we're going to do here is just make this work. So we're going to line this up, and as you can see, the angles are pretty much okay. Well, my battery died, so I had to move over here. Anyway, all you want to do is just line these up. Actually, yeah, that's the right way. Line these up pretty close, and then just snip it off. So a pair of scissors, like a really good pair of scissors, works really good for this. And now basically you have the same hose. So there's more than one way to skin a cat. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish up this car, and then I'll let the camera charge up. And what I'll do is come back out and show you guys what it all looks like. I did spray the water pump, and it looks pretty good for the most part. We do have a new harmonic balancer that I just went and picked up. Guys, I hate buying these things from the auto parts store. If you can help it, order it from somewhere else. I mean, these things typically don't last, but I had to buy it because I need it. I need to go ahead and get this thing running. This car's got to get out because my dad's transmission should be back soon. So this car's got to get off the lift. But I don't really like buying these. But anyway, that's what we have. I'm going to go ahead and install everything, and then we'll talk about it once it's all done. We've got our new harmonic balancer on the car, and got everything hopefully buttoned up. We will find out here soon. I'm going to go ahead and lightly burp the system. I'm not going to go through a full burping, meaning I'm not going to stand out here for 2 hours and do this. So I just want to get some water in the system, make sure we don't have any leaks, and then we'll shut it off, and I'll come back out probably tomorrow to finish burping everything. But if all goes well, guys, this is it. And I know the questions are going to come up as to, like, okay, well, you say you're going to do a supercharger. All this has to come off anyway. So why are you doing this now? It's going to be about 2 weeks to maybe 3 weeks before we ever even get the supercharger in. And I've got to put a transmission in my dad's car, and we've got a couple things coming up. I need to get started on the 65. So this car needs to run so that it can get out of here. So no problem. It needs to be fixed. Honestly, this is the best way to go about doing it. Because in my mind, what you don't want to do is say, we get the supercharger in. So say we're trying to do the supercharger and fix this at the same time, plus do the fuel system. That's a little overwhelming. Like, you don't want to get into all that. Best thing to do is one thing at a time, see how it works, and then you know you can move on to the next thing. Anyway, with all that being said, let's go ahead and bust this thing off. Tapping noise or scraping noise. That scraping noise you hear is the harmonic balancer pointer is actually rubbing the harmonic balancer, so I just have to get under there, bend it up ever so slightly. It's just scraping on it. But anyway, guys, that's it. The Retro Fox hopefully now has no more leaks and stay nice and cool, getting ready for this supercharger. I'm gonna go ahead, wrap this video up, and as always, thanks for watching.